Imagine being 7 years old. You're sitting in a classroom. The teacher hands back a test. You scored 92 out of 100. In many countries, that's a great result, something to celebrate. But in South Korea, a child might ask a different question. Who got the highest score? Because in Korea, success is often measured not only by how well you did, but by how well you did compared to everyone else. To many foreigners, South Korea can feel intensely competitive. Students spend long hours studying. Workers compete for prestigious jobs. Families compete for housing in desirable neighborhoods. Even hobbies sometimes become competitive. The question is, why? Why does competition seem to appear everywhere? Do Koreans simply enjoy competing? Are they naturally more ambitious? Or is something deeper happening beneath the surface? To answer that question, we need to understand how modern Korea was built. If you look at South Korea today, it's easy to forget how recently everything changed. Only a few generations ago, South Korea was one of the poorest countries in the world. The Korean War left much of the country devastated. Infrastructure was destroyed. Industries were limited. Many families struggled simply to survive. There were no guarantees, no safety nets, no certainty about the future. For millions of Koreans, success wasn't about becoming wealthy. It was about escaping poverty. During the decades that followed, South Korea experienced one of the fastest economic transformations in modern history. Factories appeared, cities expanded, universities grew, international companies emerged. The country moved from poverty to prosperity in an incredibly short period of time, and this created an important belief. Hard work changes lives. Many Koreans watch people around them improve their lives through education, discipline, and sacrifice. Parents pass these lessons to their children. Study hard, work hard, never fall behind. Success was not guaranteed, but effort seemed to increase the odds. Over time, this mindset became deeply embedded in society. Competition was no longer viewed as something unusual. It became normal, almost expected. The education system is perhaps the clearest example. Every year, students prepare for one of the most important exams of their lives, the College Scholastic Ability Test, known in Korea simply as the CSAT. For many students, years of preparation lead to a single day, a day that can influence university admissions, career opportunities, and future expectations. To outsiders, the pressure can seem overwhelming, but from another perspective, the exam represents something powerful: the belief that effort should matter, the belief that achievement should be earned, the belief that opportunity should be accessible through education. Of course, reality is more complicated. Not everyone starts from the same position. Not everyone has the same resources. And many Koreans openly criticize the pressure placed on students. Yet the cultural expectation remains. Education is still seen as one of the most reliable paths toward success. The same pattern continues after graduation. Getting a job is often viewed as another major competition. Young adults spend months or even years preparing applications. They study foreign languages. They earn certifications. They build resumes. They attend interviews, all competing for positions that may be limited in number. This creates a strange situation. Even successful people often feel behind because there is always someone earning more, someone with a better title, someone living in a better neighborhood, someone who appears to be moving faster. And this is where social comparison becomes important. Competition is not only about achievement, it is also about visibility. People constantly see how others are doing. Friends, classmates, coworkers, family members. Social media has amplified this dramatically. A generation ago, people compared themselves with those around them. Today, people compare themselves with thousands of strangers online. A better apartment, a better vacation, a better career, a better lifestyle. The opportunities for comparison never end. As a result, competition becomes psychological. People aren't simply trying to improve their lives, they're also trying to avoid falling behind. And those are two very different motivations. Interestingly, many Koreans have a complicated relationship with competition. They complain about it, they criticize it, they feel exhausted by it, yet they also recognize some of its benefits. Competition helped transform South Korea into one of the world's leading economies. Competition encouraged innovation. Competition pushed companies to improve. Competition motivated students to develop skills. Competition helped create remarkable growth. But growth always comes with costs. Long working hours, academic pressure, mental health challenges, burnout, stress. These are topics discussed more openly in Korea today than ever before. Younger generations are beginning to question old assumptions. Does success always require sacrifice? Is constant competition healthy? Can happiness exist without comparison? These questions are becoming increasingly important. Modern Korea is now facing a challenge that many developed countries eventually face. How do you maintain ambition without creating exhaustion? How do you encourage achievement without creating fear? How do you reward effort without turning life into a permanent competition? And perhaps this is why South Korea feels so fascinating. The country is still negotiating that balance between growth and well-being, between ambition and happiness, between competition and contentment. So why are Koreans so competitive? The answer is not because they are born that way. It is not because they naturally enjoy pressure. The answer is rooted in history, a history where hard work transformed lives, a history where education opened doors, a history where falling behind carried real consequences. Competition became part of the culture because, for many people, it worked. The challenge today is deciding how much competition is enough, and how much becomes too much. Perhaps the real story of modern Korea is not competition itself. Perhaps it is the search for balance. A search that millions of Koreans continue every day, and one that may ultimately define the country's future more than any exam, job title, or apartment ever could.